Peace, love, and light, and welcome back to another Soul Powerful Saturday session. In today's session, we are going to complete our conversation on the power of visualization. And today, specifically, we're going to focus on how visualization affects our physical well-being. So go ahead and grab paper and pen if you want to take some notes. If you are a part of the Soul Powerful Wellness Collective, feel free to share any notes in our community Discord. Let me know how you feel about this topic, if you've experienced any of these benefits. And if you have any questions, we are here to support and guide. All right, so let's go ahead and get into today's topic on the transformative and healing powers of visualization as it relates to our physical vessels. Okay. So simply by visualizing yourself in a state of perfect mental, physical, and spiritual health, you initiate a powerful healing process. Now, studies in psychoneuroimmunology, this is a study of how psychology, how the nervous system, and how our immune system all work together, shows how positive thoughts and positive mental imagery can boost the immune system and promote overall well-being. Okay, so our thoughts are powerful. Right? Now, one of the ways that our thoughts and our mental visualizations boost our physical well-being is by reducing stress. Visualization techniques often involve deep relaxation. They often involve you imagining things that are satisfying to you, having you be very mindful, very in the present moment. Now, being mindful in the present moment and focusing on something that is visually satisfying to you can help to reduce stress and anxiety levels. One, because we're not thinking about thoughts and visualizing images that contribute to an increase in cortisol and stress. Okay, so simply by taking time to intentionally visualize things that are satisfying to you, things that bring peace to you, you're going to reduce your stress levels overall. You're going to begin to reprogram those neural networks that have been habituated to think about doom and gloom and things going wrong. When you intentionally practice the art of positive visualization, you can begin to rewire those pathways. So to now, when you are in a space of unknown or a space of pause, what will come up to the surface will be something positive versus something negative. Okay. And overall, when we have this more positive outlook, we'll see our stress levels come down, which translates to our cortisol levels. And that's going to improve our physical well-being because now we're going to be out of that survival state and more placing our body into a space where it's better equipped to utilize its resources on healing. Okay. Another benefit of visualization for our physical health is the activation of this relaxation response, right? When we visualize, we're triggered to relax the body, okay? And when the body is in this relaxed state, kind of like I was saying before, this initiates a cascade of physiological changes that promote healing. During relaxation, the body's parasympathetic nervous system, which is our relax and recharge, becomes more active, leading to a decrease in heart rate, blood pressure, and muscle tension. So just imagine the contrast between when your heart rate is up, your blood pressure is up, and your muscles are tense. Things aren't really able to flow. You don't really feel good in that state. That state is not sustainable. So by doing these visualizations, we can train ourselves to be more in a relaxed state with a lower heart rate, a calmer blood pressure, and relaxed muscles, relieving ourselves of that tension. And this shift towards relaxation allows the body to divert energy towards repair and regeneration. Okay. We'll talk more about this when we get to the benefits as it applies to your sleep. Another benefit that visualization has on us, positive visualization. There have been studies that have shown that regularly practicing visualization and positive energy can boost the production of immune cells, like those fighter T cells, and antibodies. So this means that for someone who regularly practices positive visualization and relaxation, they're going to have a better defense on viruses, on bacteria, on any type of invaders that would could, throw someone into ill health. When the mind envisions a state of health and wellness, it sends signals to the immune system to function optimally, aiding the body's defense against illness and injury. Okay. So I always like to think of it in the way that when we see good, our body wants more of it, right? So if I'm visualizing a beautiful life, a beautiful future, my body's like, ooh, I want to make sure I'm there for that, right? But if I'm visualizing negativity, doom, and gloom, my body's like, I'm not trying to be around that. I'm just going to shut down, go into my little cocoon. When it's safe to come out, I'm going to come out. But when we stay in that cocoon, shut down space for too long, things slow down, things stop moving. And when things stop flowing, then that's when destruction and death begins to take hold. Okay. Another way in which positive visualization improves or benefits our physical well-being is helping us to manage pain. Now, this was a big one for me because I used to have a lot of chronic pain. But one thing I realized was that instead of interpreting pain as something bad, what if I got curious about that pain? So one example is I used to go do these cold dives at a gym, and the coldness of the water is quite painful until your body goes numb. But you have a good, like 30 seconds to a minute before your body goes numb. Now, in that time, even though it's only 30 seconds to a minute, it seems like forever. Okay. But one thing I realized while I was in there, I was like, instead of having this relationship with this sensation, right? I labeled it as a sensation because pain, it connects to suffering. So I just labeled this sensation. What if I were to get curious and follow this sensation? So I would visualize myself following this sensation, right? And I would just be curious about it. And in that moment, the pain, the emotional connection of pain resolved because this thing was only a sensation that was following me, right? And I could follow it to the depths of my body. And in this process, the pain, that physical discomfort, it resolves. Because there's actually this channel in our brain that the more we focus on the source of the pain, the more it opens up the channel. So we actually feel even more pain when we focus on the pain, right? So we're giving our attention to something. So now even more attention is going to flow there, which is going to further open up the sensation. I'm not able to bring the words to mind, but it opens up this gate, right? So this is the same reason why you have a child crying about the pain that they're in, but then you distract them by talking about, butterflies, or you give them a piece of candy, or you give them a kiss, and immediately they're fine, right? Because pain is all about where we're focused on. Another thing I do when I'm in the gym, when I'm in those last reps and it's getting really hard, I'll begin to visualize my ancestors lifting me up, or I'll begin to visualize that with each rep, that's $1 million in my bank account, or I'll begin to visualize my body becoming strong. And when I'm doing core exercises, I'm visualizing, the abs growing and the fat burning, right? That visualization is powerful. It can help divert the attention away from pain into healing, into relaxation, to allow what needs to be revealed through that pain to be revealed, so that way it can be processed out and it doesn't need to be held on anymore. Okay. Another way in which positive visualization benefits our physical health is that it significantly improves our sleep. Okay. People who regularly practice meditation, they're better able to drop themselves into a deeper sleep. They're better able to onset their sleep, right? By being able to calm their minds at bedtime, being able to bring themselves into a state of relaxation, which promotes better sleep. Okay. And the more we can calm the mind and reduce anxiety, we can get into those deeper levels of sleep. And having a good night's sleep is another thing that's going to activate that parasympathetic system when it's daytime hours. Right? Have you ever not had a lot of sleep and you're just on edge and agitated and right? So sleep is really, really important to have our bodies be in a calm state as we sleep. So that way we can drop into that deep REM sleep and get that repair regeneration that sleep is meant for, as well as integrating information that we learned that day. But also we're going to set ourselves up better the next day to feel better. Okay. Another benefit is cellular healing. Some scientists suggest that visualizing the body's cells as healthy, vibrant, and actively repairing themselves may enhance cellular regeneration and repair. This is something I love to do. When I'm doing meditations, I'll say, visualize all the cells of your body are covered in this golden light, and they're all happy with these big smiles, and they're smiling together, maybe even singing in a beautiful chorus, happy and vibrant and alive, right? And you immediately feel a shift in a positive energy within your being, right? So I know this from experience, but also there's science to show that visualizing yourselves healthy and in harmony, it actually does have an effect, right? The mind can influence the body in so many fascinating ways, right? So if you're having an ache or a pain, just begin to visualize that space becoming happy, becoming free, becoming light. Okay. Another benefit is psychoneuroimmunology, right? So I mentioned before, this is the combination of psychology, right? The chemicals that affect our mental processes, our neurology, our signaling, our communication networks, and our immunology, right? Our defense. So this field of psychoneuroimmunology explores the connection between the mind, the nervous system, and the immune system. Positive imagery and emotions can lead to the release of beneficial neurotransmitters and hormones that contribute to physical well-being. Now, some of these, for example, are dopamine, right? Serotonin, our happiness, our endorphins, oxytocin, and many more. By simply visualizing positive, peaceful, relaxing imagery, you're giving yourself doses of all these good hormones and neurotransmitters that are going to promote the well-being of your body. Okay. Another benefit is weight management. Visualization can be used to support weight loss and healthy eating habits. By visualizing yourself making nutritious food choices, engaging in regular exercise, and achieving your weight loss goals, you may be more motivated to follow through with these behaviors, right? Because an important aspect is that our brain doesn't know the difference between something that we imagine and what we see with our eyes, okay? Most of the times what we're seeing with our eyes or what we think we're seeing, our perception is still a little off because it's being filtered through our own personal experiences. But given that the brain doesn't know the difference between what is being imagined and what is being actually seen and perceived, that gives us the power to introduce visions of things that we want. So if we visualize ourselves as healthy and strong and flexible, our DNA, our cells will begin to operate in that reality. They'll begin to reflect that reality. There's even studies that showed that they had different groups of people in this fitness training study. They had one group, they actually went to the gym, lifting weights. Another group, they would just visualize themselves lifting weights. Now, at the end of the study, they saw that the people who were simply visualizing themselves lifting weights and did no other exercise actually experienced muscle growth because the mind was perceiving a reality in which they were lifting the weights and it translated physiologically. It's wild, okay? All right. And when it comes to weight management, our eating habits are often the culprit. So when we can visualize ourselves finding pleasure and satisfaction in eating from nature and communing and realizing that our bodies are a temple and that we want to put goodness into this temple, that reality, seeing ourselves as that version, can become our reality more easily. Okay. And lastly, visualization, positive visualization has been shown to promote enhanced recovery. All right, so this can aid in the recovery process after a surgery or after an injury or even just a day to the gym. Visualizing the healing process and imagining the body's cells repairing and regenerating can contribute to more positive attitudes and potentially speed up recovery. One of the examples that comes to mind is Dr. Joe Dispenza. He often shares about this story that actually is what brought him to meditation and mindset work. He was riding his bike and he had a bicycle accident. A car hit him. It severed aspects of his spinal cord to where he wasn't able to walk. Doctors told him either you're not going to be able to walk again, or it's going to take forever for you to recover. what Dr. Joe Dispenza did was that he would take days and days and days sitting in meditation, visualizing the repair process of his spine. So obviously he had to do some research to understand what needed to happen, what the injury was, what needed to happen in order to get everything back online and functioning. So he would sit in meditation. He would get himself into this open, empowered, aligned state, right? Tapping into his God power. And he would begin from the very base of his spine to see all those neurons, all those cells, everything coming together, repairing itself. And he said that if he ever got distracted, he would start over. And it was on the day that he was able to make it through his entire spine that something clicked and his spine was repaired. All the doctors saw this as a miracle. And now he's been going around teaching how to heal the body with the mind, how to heal the personality with the mind. So definitely check out his stuff. Great work there. Okay. And lastly, this evidence of how positive visualization heals the body, this isn't new. This is all things that have been practiced since ancient times. Even the ancient Egyptians really believed in these practices. They were deeply intertwined in their magic and their rituals. They often use symbolism and visualization as part of their healing and religious ceremonies. So this isn't anything new. These are things that we can continue to tap into. So I want to challenge you to think about some aspect of your physical well-being that you can use the power of visualization to support and nurture. Okay. And if you are a part of the Soul Powerful Wellness Collective, I look forward to seeing you in our next session. And if you are not yet a part of the Soul Powerful Wellness Collective, be sure to visit drmakita.com/soul to sign up for our community. We are here for your mental and spiritual well-being and support. We have our live sessions on Saturdays, and we're adding in classes as we go just to meet the community's needs. And then we also have our private Discord where we can share resources that are assisting us along our way, so that way we don't have to do all this work on our own, because it can be a lot, okay? And it's best when we can do this as a collective and amplify the works that one another are putting in, so that way we can achieve our goals a lot faster and we can have fun doing it in community. All right. So I'm sending everyone peace, love, and light upon your life. Stay soul powerful.